So I'm back to do questions. I love questions, you love questions. I know I don't really look like the face today. I had to shave because I have to get the beard to grow in a certain way because I'm taking photos Saturday for the Altanian project. Anyway, so let's get to the questions. This comes from a dolphin out in the Pacific Ocean. Do you, Yahoo? Yahoo! I mean, like, I guess I could, but, well, should I Yahoo? Look, I don't really want to Yahoo. I understand, but you're a talking dolphin. When did you decide to start growing your hair? Question mark. I had no choice with the hair growing thing. I sort of was born and it started. But I think what you're asking is, when did I decide that I wanted to have really long hair versus short hair? There were different times in my life when I had no hair. My mom was cutting my hair. And somebody, we won't name him, my eldest brother, was like, hey, and he took the buzzer and went right down, and I was like, but what happened was I was like, the hell with it, I'm a kid, buzz that crap off. It was around 16 though, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grow my hair out, I'm gonna get a goatee, but I wear the beard because it's less shaving and less razors. Can you name the Snow White's 7 dwarves? Bashful Doc Dopey, Grumpy Happy, Sleepy, Sneezy. Right, guys?
Hi-ho, if home from work we go. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
Can you name all of Santa's reindeers? Is Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, no, the other Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph. Rudolph, and Rudolph. It sounds so weird when you say it. Favorite recommended books. I recommend not reading The Secret or the Bible, but I do recommend, I don't really have a particular book I'd say, hey, read this, but anything by Margaret Weiss or Deanna Raybourn. When will there finally be a website called Altanian.com? Funny you bring that up. There actually is a domain name called Altanian.com, which I own. But it's a very difficult name to spell, like A-L-T-A-Y-O-N, but it's pronounced Altanian, so people think there's an N right there. And oh crap. MakeARightLeftHere.com is my website that I created to help all forms of media. That's where you could go. It's quick. MakeARightLeftHere.com. How do you forget that? If you go there, there is like an official Altanian page you could go to, but I like it to go that route. I know. There are some people out there that like, why don't you just have your own website? Well, there's a problem with that. It's not what I want. And I know the market is out there like, you know, you should have it like blindguardian.net or whatever. I don't want to. And I know it's probably the wrong decision and the worst thing to do, but who cares? Because I'm happy with MakeARightLeftHere.com. And it's more about helping everybody else and myself as a group, not just me as an individual. What do you do to get inspired? Other than look at myself in the mirror? What is up with all the screwing light bulb jokes? Why do so many light bulbs need screwing? You know, that's a really good question, because if all the light bulbs stopped screwing each other, there'd be less light bulbs. There have been better things since sliced bread. Explain, please. True. You have pyramids and the entire human body and how it works as its own freaking survival system. How do I explain that? You know what, I think people were just like, look, bread, I wish I could eat a slice of it instead of having to chew the whole friggin' thing. And someone was like, why don't we just cut it? And some guy was like, that's ridiculous. And a girl was like, no, that's sexist if you don't involve me inside this story, but I don't want to be the one who cuts it because then that's really sexist. So we're going to have to get a guy to do it. And then I'm going to have to complain that guys take the credit for everything. Meanwhile, it was a girl's idea and the guy was like, just fucking cut it. And she's like, okay, fine. How about that person cut it? And then they're like, oh, make this person, I'm a different color than you two. And you're like, so? And they're like, oh, now it's racist. Wait, that has nothing to do with bread. Okay, well anyway, I don't know why bread is always the... I mean, it's pretty impressive. I think the platypus, that's a pretty great... That's a better invention than, I don't know, bread. If man evolved from monkeys and apes, why do we still have monkeys and apes? Well, the problem with that is man did not develop and evolve from monkeys and apes. Now, you're thinking, but it says so in the book. And then you're like, no. And then you're like, oh my god, this guy's gonna get into religion. And I'm gonna go, no, it has nothing to do with religion. There was a long time ago, and what happened was someone found a skull, and that skull was different than the skull they originally found, which was the Lucy skull, where they were like, oh my god, this connects man to the fucking apes. And they were like, oh my god, that's ridiculous. And then all religious people were like, oh my god, no, God was like, ding, people. That originally was the monkey thing. You know, it made sense, because they were like, there's a monkey skull, there's a Lucy skull, it kind of looks like monkey and man. Yada yada yada. Anyway, they found a skull around the same time period, very close, but you know, common dating's like questionable. People always argue, it's not an exact science. Earth is only 3,000 years old. And you're like, okay, do you believe that if you throw water through an object, it can cut it? And they go, well, I don't know, really. I mean, what are you talking about? I was like, all right, well, let's look at the machine that cuts through frickin' stone slabs, water pressure. So with that theory alone, that scientific fact, let's look at the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon at one time or another was flat, give or take. And a river went through it, and it went down. And then we have the river at the bottom, which flows gently through. And then we have the side of the walls, which, by the way, you could look at the walls and you could see literally the different time periods of Earth's creation to now. But on top of that, all you have to do, even if you don't believe in evolution, you can look at that and you could say, alright, there's the top of the Grand Canyon. There's the bottom of the Grand Canyon. How long would X take to get to A? Because it has to take an amount of time. So just do the math, and whatever it is, let's just call that the length and time of Earth's life. Or at least the Grand Canyon. Back to the skulls. So Lucy's skull was found, and then this new skull was found that looked like a human skull. So, now the new theory, like all theories, including religion, science, because there's no such thing as fact, because every fact changes. Once the Earth was flat, then it was round, now it's oblique. We, by definition now, are considered our own species outside of the apage. Alright, so that's my questions. That's what I got for you. I'm done. That's it. Look at this. That hurts, actually. Don't do that. It's because I go to the gym, but I only work out my right arm. That's why I'm not showing you my left arm, because it'd be embarrassing. This is the only one, because it grips the, you know, the guitar. But I have no chest, no stomach, no legs, and I'm missing a nut. But this arm is bad, right? Look at it. But the other stuff, nothing. Just kidding. I was born that way. It's a deformity. Just this arm is muscular. The other arm is just normal. It's embarrassing. It's like when I take my pants off. You see my second belly button, which is, you know.
Oh dear.
'Cause God said it's not a belly button. He said it's an anus. Now I know. Because God said Earth is only 3,000 years old. So what do I tell my son, who now wants to be a daughter? Breaths or he or something. I don't know, God, you confuse my kid. Just let the gays get married. Whatever.